This video is the first video in a sequence of tutorials which were undertaken at the Laboratory Technician PL on the 6th of October 2015. This first video is going to be about the introductory topic, which is about navigating through Windows 8.1 and utilising the Start menu and some of the basic functions about the Start menu that may be useful for you completing your day-to-day tasks. So let's get started. So when you obviously open up Windows, you've got the desktop here, which we should be very familiar with. Now, the thing about Windows 8.1, which is different from Windows 7 and also Windows 10, is that it utilises a different kind of Start menu. Instead of just a small box which sort of comes up around this area here, it actually changes to be an entire page. And initially when it came out, had very sort of mixed reviews, and it took some people a little bit of a while to get used to. Generally, it was used, I suppose, for tablet type devices with touch screens, etc. So once you get used to it, it's quite useful, but it can be a little bit confusing to begin with, particularly if you're used to the old style Windows type settings. So anyway, let's have a look at what the Start menu does. So if I then click on the Start menu, it'll bring up my Start menu here, and I have a number of different icons here, which allow me to quickly, they're basically shortcuts, so it allows me to quickly get into an application or some sort of program, something like that, or it may just be simply a shortcut to get back to the desktop. Now what we can actually do with the Start menu is we can, not only that, but you can also click down here on this arrow, which will take you down to the different applications that you have installed. Okay, and as we scroll along, we can see the different applications which are there on my computer. Now, if I want to go back up to the original page, I can just click on the arrow here and it'll bring me back up into this section. Now, one of the most useful ones that I find to have on the Start menu is just have a quick access back to the desktop, because if you're anything like me, I generally hit keys sometimes when I don't mean to, and then I'd like to get back to the desktop in an easy manner. Now, you can just toggle between those by using the Windows key. So if every time you tap the Windows key, it will just toggle up there. But let's say, for example, there's an icon on here that you don't want. Okay, so let's say, for example, the desktop. What I can do is I can right-click on that and I can click on Unpin from Start. Okay, and so by unpinning from the Start menu, it just removes it from the desktop entirely. Now, the problem that we have now is that, let's say I actually didn't mean to do that and I want something to be back there. Well, what you can actually do with the Start menu up is something which is very useful, and that is to search for an application. Instead of sort of wading through things to find what you want, you can simply just search for it. So if I could just simply start typing in desktop, and I don't need to click on anything, I just simply start typing on the keyboard, then it will bring up a small search, and that search will then allow me to click on the thing that I want, or alternatively, if I right-click, then it will come up with this pin to start. Now, if I click on that there, and then I'll just click somewhere over off the search bar will disappear, and what you'll notice is that we've got the desktop icon here again. Now, if I want to move that back to where I had it originally, I left-click on it, and I just drag that across and pop it where it was. Now, you'll notice that there are different sized icons on the page as well, so what you can do, if you wish, is to right-click on something, go down to resize, and you can choose if you want to have it small, medium, wide, or large. So small icon will be about this sort of size. Okay, so if we look medium size, it's like one of those larger squares. If I want to go up to a large size, then it's actually quite big there, but I'm going to go back to wide as it was before. It's sort of what I'm familiar with. So that provides you a little bit of functionality there. Okay, so we might stop that one there and start a new video on the next thing about the Start menu.